Today I want to talk about how to lunge a horse. What is lunging all about? Pippa here, my straight Egyptian Arabian mare, is going to help me, so let's get into it. Lunging is a training method, a training technique where a horse moves around you in a circular area on a long lunge line. The word lunge originated from the French word allonger, which means to make long or lengthen. First, let me go over what tools you need to correctly lunge your horse. Pippa is actually wearing her bridle, and you can lunge your horse in a bridle. But if you're going to do proper lunging and a lot of training lunging, you want to really use a Cavesson. This is a Cavesson bridle and specifically made for lunging. And as you can see, there's 3 rings that you can attach your lunge line to. So this makes it easier when you're going from one direction to the next, because you don't have to change the clip of your lunge line. You've got 3 locations here on the noseband of the Cavesson. That's going to be like right up where her noseband is, and it's basically a bridle designed for lunging. And I'll link this below so you can find it online if you're interested. The second 2 things you're going to need are a lunging whip. It's pretty long, and it's long enough so that you can be a safe distance from your horse when you're using it as a tool when you're lunging to encourage your horse to go forward and to go into the gaits you want them to go into. And the last thing you're going to need is a long lunge line. And again, this will expand out to the best sizes would be 25 or 30 feet. The long lunge whip is not used to hit the horse. It points to the ground and the tail swishes along on the ground behind the horse at the hind end, and it encourages the horse to move forward. Sometimes you can crack it on the ground to make a loud noise to get the horse to make a quick upward transition, let's say from trot to canter, and you can combine that with a vocal cue when you're using it in training. I'm going to show you how to connect it. You have the throat latch of your bridle here, and you don't want the reins to jump around or fall or come over the head, let's say, and cause any hazards for the horse. So you can just twist the reins up like this, and you disconnect the throat latch. Just loop it through the reins or under the reins, and this way it can just hold on to the reins and keep them a little bit stiller and keep them from, let's say, falling or coming over the head or something like that. Normally that wouldn't happen, but this just helps secure. You can slip it through here and go to the other side, connect it. So with this being the inside of your direction, and I would be sending her to the left. Start lunging a horse, you have to remember, if you've never done it with them before, they have to learn how to lunge themselves. It's not something they automatically know how to do. You have to teach them how to do it, and you may have to learn to do it too. And it can be a little cumbersome with everything that you have to hold on to and use while you're lunging. So practice makes perfect for you and the horse. When you are assembling the lunge line or getting it organized, you want to make sure you have it in your hands, but it's not wrapped around your hand. I have the line collected in my left hand. I have the whip in my right. So lunging involves the horse circling around you in a circle. You are pretty much in the donut hole in the middle of the donut, and the horse is going around you on the outside of the donut. That's one way to think about it. When you're positioning yourself, you want to make a triangle. I'm the point of the triangle here. She's the base of the triangle. You can point the direction that you want your horse to go. Come on. And you start them out. And then you can let the line out as you go, as they go. You try not to have the line on the ground. You don't want it to lay on the ground. You want to make sure it's collected up so that the horse can't trip. Some of the main reasons and benefits of lunging a horse. One is to exercise and improve the gaits, walk, trot, and canter. Secondly, it helps a young horse develop balance, rhythm, and gait transitions without the added weight of a rider and without needing to balance a rider on their backs. Third, it helps you assess how your horse is going before getting on to ride, to warm them up a little bit, to settle a fresh or excited or hot horse, and see how they're going and let them burn off some excess energy. When you're lunging a young horse for the very first time, it's really good to be able to use a round pen. It helps to define the direction for the horse and the circle for the horse. Here Pippa's actually free lunging in the round pen without a line, but with a young horse and lunging training, we'd put them on the lunge line just like I have in the big arena. Keep your lunging sessions pretty short, especially in the beginning. It does put pressure on the inside limbs of the horse as they're going around you in a circle, so keep that in mind when you're starting out. I recommend that you work with a trainer or a professional if you've never lunged a horse before to get you started. This video will help give you some of the basics as well. I'm going to link all of the tools below in the description, and please leave any comments or questions you have. I'd love to read them. And Pippa and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.